I get questions all the time of people asking me, how do I find these projects early? How do I find node projects early, crypto projects early? And how do I do my own research ensuring that those projects aren't going to scam me? Well, I'm going to try to answer both of those questions in this video. I'm going to try to get relatively in-depth and not make this video super long, but try to get in-depth in how to do your own research, how to look for projects, and how to spot red flags that might come up during your research. Let's get right into the video. What's going on, everybody? It's Kolev. I hope you're having a great day or night, whatever time you are watching this video. If you do enjoy this video, I appreciate a like down below and a sub if you really did enjoy it. Let's get right to it. So doing your own research is a key aspect into being successful in crypto, being successful in investing. This goes for really anything, stocks, crypto, anything that involves an investment. Doing your own research is very key. Crypto is definitely no exception. Now, doing your own research comes after you found a project that you're willing to invest in, but instead of just going into the project blindly, you need to understand what that project is doing, what the project is saying. So let's go ahead and go over to Google to start the search. All right, so we're over here at Google. We're gonna quickly search crypto node project. All right, now from here, I'm just kidding. Do not do this. You can do this, but you're probably not gonna find very many legit projects, and you'll probably get scammed, honestly, by just solely searching crypto node project or whatever on Google. So where we're actually going to go is to Twitter. All right, so now we're over here on Twitter. Now Twitter is probably going to be the #1 place to find node projects or crypto projects in general, aside from like something like Discord. So we go up top here at Twitter and just look for the word nodes, passive income, anything that is hashtagged with that. Now, already coming up just directly from that, we can see a couple projects. So we see, that's cronodes ticker symbol. We got Thor, got Seifu, which isn't a node project, but that could intrigue your interest. A Titano, which is, Seifu is a Titano fork. Strong nodes, you got Drip, Playmates. So already all these different projects are coming up, right? Power node. Got Pentagon Finance. And look, here's one that I've never seen before. Emerald Nodes. All right, so right off the bat, you can see, it has a pretty massive following already, 15.3K followers. Looks like they haven't even came out yet. So March 29th is going to be their launch. They have a link to their Discord. They have a link to their website. And we have the 2 founders. It doesn't appear to be doxed, and the second one does appear to be doxed. So this already is turning into a video that I didn't expect to turn out to, but it looks like we may have a project that, could be something in the future. All right, so back on their main page, we have 2 pretty key options of information. We have their Discord, which is going to be full of people that are already in there, and we have their website. So let's go ahead and check out their website first. All right, so they have a link to their Medium page. This is another tool to go ahead and do more research. So obviously I'm not gonna go through all of this, right? But these are just kind of the steps that, I go through whenever I look through, new projects. All right, so we got total supply of 500,000, circulating supply of 175. So it's relatively low total. Total of 6 node tiers. And there's an availability for each tier, which is also pretty interesting. That for sure could help with sustainability. And right here, here's the allocation. 60%, pretty typical. Maintenance fees. Interesting. So I wonder if it's I wonder if they're real nodes. Now, obviously I can get super in depth into this project and go over every bit, but this video will take long and it'll pretty much be a video just about this Emerald node projects. But that is one avenue for research, looking through their Medium article. All right, so it looks like they have some type of USDC giveaway, $10,000. And they have, a visual of their node tiers, which their node tier X is generating 1,825 APY, 0.5 Emerald a day. And they pay out every 24 hours, which is also important to know because not every node project will pay, every couple seconds or every 4 hours, something like Polar nodes. So that's important to know as well when you're getting paid, because that can also be essentially more risky because you're not going to be at least getting some type of constant income. You are going to get it, but it's going to be in a 24-hour increment. So if they have bonding, so, you know, bonding, anyone will be able to make a purchase with Emerald Bond. Bond sells 25%, which is interesting. You know, I haven't seen this in a node project yet. So I'm already learning a lot, right? Just from that simple node, hashtag passive income search, right? I ran into this project, which potentially could be good. I don't know. Like, again, in this video, I'm not going to go crazy in depth. I'll probably look into it a bit after the video, but you know, this is a step. This is how you find new stuff. So they're gonna have NFTs, obviously a treasury, and they have LinkedIn's for both of their team. Now I click on this. Of course, I don't have my LinkedIn set up. 1 second. God, that account literally took a year to set up. So finally, I created the account, whatever. Looks like we got their info. You know, we got some history, you know, what he's done in the past. Go and check on the other one. We already saw him on Twitter, so let's go and check out Shane over here. And there we go, we got Shane. So that's already a good start, right, to this project. Completely docs CEOs, you know, founders, whatever. That's a pretty good start. Again, this video was not supposed to turn into, you know, an Emerald Nodes video, whatever. But this is how you find it. And look how quickly I found this project. Now, is it going to be a rug pull? I have no idea. Again, guys, do not invest in this. I have no idea about this project. This is not a dedicated video to Emerald Nodes, Emerald Finance, whatever. This is just something that happened to come up when showing y'all how to do your own research and how to find these projects early, how to find them in general. All right, so here at the bottom, you know, it has their team email. They even have a support, whatever, and they have a disclaimer. Now, this is probably just legal stuff saying, you know, pretty much like I say, that nothing is financial advice. They're not telling you to buy into this project. Okay, so that's most of the website. And then obviously they have now their Telegram, which is another resource of information. Their Discord, which you already saw from their Twitter, and then, well, their Twitter. And then we got their white paper. So it looks like their white paper is going to be their Medium article at the moment, which makes sense because most of this information that was in here is their white paper. Now, are they going to have an official white paper? Hopefully, because that's what makes your project more professional and believable, and, you know, builds more trust, aside from already being docs, which is pretty huge. But you definitely need your own white paper written out, not just a Medium article, you know, titling it your white paper. So finally, the last thing we'll go ahead and go is to Discord. All right, so here's the Discord. Typically, you know, really good projects will have some sort of verification metric, some verification method in order to get into the Discord. Looks like this one does have one. So, you know, we got to click that and we're already in. Now, that wasn't a super huge security measure. Normally you have to pick, you know, the icon or whatever, and then you have to verify with a code. That's a bit more secure, but you know, that doesn't mean that this project isn't legit. That's just an added layer of security. So it's good to see at least something here. Of course, they have a thing with their rules, Twitter updates, you know, the typical type of project layout, which is pretty nice. They seem to have a bunch of channels and the general. Now, the general chat is going to be the main name that most of these projects are going to put for their chat, where you just talk about whatever. So it's pretty important that you go there first. You're able to see, you know, the moderators, you know, the owners. More will pop up as they pop in. And it looks like these are people that are, you know, whitelisted maybe. I don't know. Oh, right here. Here's the whitelisted. I'm not sure who these people are, but, you know, Emerald list. But these are questions you can ask around with the community. Now, over here at the top is when they'll usually tell you how many people are in the Discord, you know, their total population. And it looks like there is 11,852, which is a staggering amount of people. Now, the fact that I'm in the general chat and there's not a lot of people talking is slightly concerning, right? Because if there's 11,000 people and you're telling me that there's nobody right now talking about anything, that to me personally is a little bit sketchy. So that could be a red flag that, you know, they do have slow-mo enabled, but that's only a 10-second slow-mo. So, you know, messages will definitely be coming in. But one thing I will say, I'm looking over here to the right, and who do I see? I see James Pelton. So that right there, to me, is a big sign, because that is a person I actually trust. So the fact that I see James Pelton, I'm looking over here, back up here at the moderators, and I know who this is. I have a relatively large amount of trust in this moderator. He's been in other node projects, and he's in other node projects that I do, believe in. So that's also a good sign. So 11,000 people, no one's talking. I still think that's a little weird. That may just come with the game of, most of these node projects try to do the invite push where, if you invite these people, then you get a whitelist or whatever. And that kind of unnaturally builds up the project, which, is a good and bad thing, right? But it could result in something like this. Now, if we just scroll down, I kind of want to see how many people are actually online. So 1,800 people are online. So again, that kind of just makes me think that they had a really heavy just invite people. So, people could have been making accounts and inviting those accounts. That's generally why that model isn't super great. And I don't really like, invite people for a whitelist, that type of meta, however you want to explain. But it looks like that's probably what they did here because their ratio is a bit off. And they're not showing their offline, which is kind of weird. I didn't even know that was actually an option. Again, these are all things that I'm thinking about. This project could be extremely legit. I don't know, but these are questions that pop up in my head. Like I said, I'm just going over this video to kind of go over my process of looking at things, doing your own research and stuff of that nature. Yeah, so very weird. So it isn't like they're showing their offline. So, but again, I'll go here and maybe I'll start asking people questions, anything that comes in. Usually they'll have an FAQ section in their Discord that goes over some questions you may have. So let me look for that. Twitter updates, announcements. So announcements could answer some questions. All right, about an FAQ. Here we go. We'll scroll to the top. This is where they usually start it. So, what is Emerald Nodes? What's the time frame of the project? How can I get whitelisted? Apply to be moderator. Docs KYC. So it looks like this project's been around since January 27th. Wow. So that could be a really good sign. The fact that the project hasn't come out yet could mean that they've been working pretty heavily on the contract and everything else that comes with that. So that could be a good thing. I definitely need to talk to James about it because obviously, James knows about it. So we're going to find more information about the project. Looks like they have, some more in-depth questions. All right. Yeah. So, answer a lot of my questions here. They have more stuff just about the project, the node tiers, which is pretty solid. Their docs. So it looks like they do have a PDF white paper, but the Medium article was their most updated, and it looks like they are KYC'd with Assure, and obviously their docs because we just saw their LinkedIn's. Interesting. Yeah. So these are the kind of things that I look for, guys. Whenever looking for these projects. This was just one example, right? I can do this for hours a day and eventually find, another project. Now, the ultimate thing that it comes down to kind of relates back to, my past video of the current state of node projects is, what is this project doing differently that is changing the node game or changing the crypto game in some way? Now, the principle of, if it isn't broke, don't break it or don't fix it, definitely does apply because there has been a lot of copycat projects per se that are slightly tweaking things and making them a little bit better, and they've been really successful. So I'm not entirely shaming projects that do that. If you want to make the serious gains and you get in early on these projects, the ones you want to look for are the ones that are innovating, the ones that are doing things that haven't been done before. Tweaking the things that have been done and making those better is definitely the right direction, but you want to look for the projects that are completely doing things that have never been seen, have never been done in crypto, have never been done in node projects. That is where the huge money is. That's where the hype would be. And that's where a lot of new investors and investors in other projects are going to be putting their money in because, it's something that hasn't been done before. So I don't know everything about Emerald Nodes, and this video, wasn't necessarily supposed to be about Emerald Nodes. I was expecting to find some really fishy project. There was some things that concerned me right off the bat when entering in their Discord, like why wasn't, a bunch of people talking? But, the more research I did, the more credible things I found, my opinion starts changing. So I don't know exactly, what's going on with this project yet. I have to actually do full research. So what I did in this video was just showed you the steps that I go through, and going through each step, I'm actually, reading everything. So I'll read the entire Medium article. I'll go through all the different tabs in Discord. I'll read all the FAQs. I'll look at their Twitter. I'll look at their Telegram. I'll go to their LinkedIn's if they have that, like they do in this case, and I'll see what they did. What's their experience? That's how you do your own research. That's how you find these new projects. These are some of the steps. And of course, there could be other methods, right? But using Twitter is the best because it will lead you to all these other different means of finding more information about that project, about finding more projects. You can also use Twitter like this. So say we're back here at their Emerald page. Well, who's following Emerald Nodes? As we see, James Pelton, right? We look for people, that are credible, in the crypto community, the node community, whatever. And we go from there, right? And then we can find them, and then we can see what they're following. So it's like, oh, this person, Moss, I have no idea who this is. But, who are they following? Oh, they're following the tavern. Well, what is that? Brew mead, enter the tavern, sustainable passive income protocol, right? So now you're going down the list, Emerald Nodes. So Project X has another one. Frost Nodes, never heard of this. What could that be? Gorilla Nodes. I got that one a bunch, but it didn't really interest me. Then you get into some weird stuff, but like that, these are the things you have to do, right? That Twitter is the avenue, is the key per se, and crypto Twitter is this thing that not a lot of people realize is powerful. The more crypto projects you follow on Twitter, the more that Twitter's algorithm will start sending you stuff. Eventually, it'll get to your point where your homepage is literally just crypto stuff. Guys, I hope that this video was helpful for you. I hope this video provided you with enough information to be able to do a lot of this research on your own. If you don't necessarily have the time to do all this research and you want a bit more help besides like YouTube, then join me at Sleep Money Club. Sleep Money Club is a group of like-minded individuals that are always looking for new projects, always looking for new crypto projects, talking about things like stocks, trading, crypto, passive income, you name it. Anything investing and wealth building is going to be here. When people find new projects, they're going to be right there in the community. There's people in the Discord like your friend Andy, like the Decade Investor, like James Pelton, and many more beyond that. And these people are here to educate you, to help you, and there's many more of the community members to be able to answer any questions you may have. So if you are interested in joining Sleep Money Club, the link will be down in the description at the top. Join Sleep Money Club and we will be able to do some of this research for you. But I hope that this video really did help you in knowing how to do your own research, how to find these projects. Guys, if you like this video, please leave me a like down below and a sub if you really did enjoy it. And like always, have a great one.